Hi folks, we're back. We're still cutting out these feathers and all that. I'm thinking of my next project. It's going to be more of a caricature, and I'll explain that when I get to that. Whoops, I'm going in the wrong direction. I can feel it tug, so we want to go the other way. And I dug this in pretty deep when I did this, simply because I wanted to make it deep enough that we can round off those edges, and that's what's going to give it that fluffy look. Alright, so let me see if we can get to that point. Alright, so you see how thick I made these. What you want to do is just take the tip of your knife and you're just going to round things off. Make sure your knife is very, very sharp, and you're just going to round it off just like this. Now, I'm not going to take the time here to do all these with you, but just to give you an idea, sometimes you're going to have to turn that knife around or take it like so and then just cut it upward. In some spots it might work like that as well, but usually I use the tip of the knife to do this, and then you can kind of make this, smooth these edges out a little bit, and alright, and you see I'm just fussing with it a little bit here, and if it's not deep enough in one of the corners there, you just want to take it and just make a little cut on both sides, make it a little deeper so you can make that little rounded edge. Okay, so that's basically it, folks. All you're doing is rounding off the edges, and you can see how it's starting to look a little bit more on a fluffy. You don't see that harsh look, and that's kind of what I did there. Now I'm going to finish the rest of this offline with the sides and rounding these off, because I really need to look at it better than the angle I have it now with you folks. I see some of this I forgot to cut out, so but what we're going to do here is we cut part of this out, okay, for the tail. We're going to go up here and we're just going to cut this out and follow this up a little ways. Alright, and we're going to flow this together. We're going to flow this in a little bit. Alright, just from the top, so you can see from the top it should have more of an angle there. And we're going to just kind of make a little indentation at the top here to separate the tail feathers from the body, just like you see right there. Okay, see there's a little indentation there. And after you get that done, and after you're happy with the way it looks like this has to go over just a tad, so we're going to just cut this out a little bit, and we're just going to round this off a tad more. The way the grain is running was a little bit more of a challenge for me. It's a little different than what I'm used to. I'm used to running the grain this way instead of up and down. I'm trying to think how I did that. Yes, it's running this way. Normally I'd run it up and down, but it worked out pretty good for what we were using, what we were carving today, you know, with this. So we're going to just fuss, I'm going to fuss with this offline a little bit, but what we're going to do here, we're going to put the feathers of the tail on. So all it is you always do your top feather first, okay? I'm going to kind of over exaggerate a little bit, okay? And then we're going to put one here, just like, and then there'll be a third one underneath. So 1, 2, and the top one, and 1, 2 there, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take your knife and you're going to do another stop cut. These will not be rounded. Okay, like this here. It's not going to be rounded, it's just going to be a straight cut. Alright, and then right here, where the next feather comes in, you're just going to chop out a little corner there to show this one's going underneath. Okay, just like so. And then we'll do this side the same way. Cut that out. And we're going to cut this out a little bit. Alright. And then you're going to do your last feather on the side. We're going to just do one side and do the other. And technically I'm going to cut that out first. Alright. Over here I'm going to cut this out first. Alright, see how we have that 1, 2, 3 feathers and 1, 2, 3 feathers. We're just going to cut that little line out to separate that so it's you can see it's like a step. One feather on top of the other. Okay, and that's it. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend that in a little bit. Blend these in. Make them a little thinner. And, you know, kind of blend things in a little bit. Alright. There you go. There's your feathering on the back, your feathering on the sides. And I'll finish that up. And when we come back, folks, I'm going to have it all sanded. And then we're going to be ready to do some wood burning. And just a couple of thoughts about wood burning. If you don't have one, you can buy one for about anywhere from $75 to $100. Do not, try not to buy the ones that are at the hobby stores. They're not the same. You want to use a Detail Master or something that has a good pen to it. Go to any wood carving supply place. I think Woodcrafters may have it, but you may end up paying a little bit more. If you can go to a carving show anytime between now and whenever, and you have access to one, go to one. They'll let you test how to use one and what it feels like, and maybe it might have 2 or 3 different ones there that you can test with. But it's well worth your money. It's not a waste of money if you're going to do birds. If you're doing anything like this guy here, or the ruddy duck, or the chickadee that I have, or the songbirds that I have, the flat relief songbirds, all that stuff I had done with a wood burner. So it's to your benefit to get one if you enjoy that. If you don't enjoy wood burning, then you want to just sand it and then just paint it, seal it and paint it. Okay, so we'll be back, and it might be a day or so before I come back again, but we'll get it together, folks, and we'll get him done hopefully this week. Take care. Bye bye.